Hey, Topper Nation. Welcome to episode 2 of Inside Toppers Baseball. I'm your host, Rex Lancaster. Joining me today, as always, head baseball coach, Coach Eric Burkle. Coach, how are we doing today?
Not too bad. Just it's Malone Prep Week, so it's been a little crazy. So we'll go at 1 o'clock today and start defending the small ball stuff.
And we'll touch on Malone here shortly, but briefly, let's recap our opening weekend. 4-game series against Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. 9 7-inning game both days. Share some thoughts on the opening weekend.
1 through 6, that was the hardest team that I have ever called pitches against. They were very disciplined at the plate. They didn't chase anything out of the zone. 1 through 6, offensively exceptional. 7, 8, 9, we could handle. I think at one point we had their 8 and 9 hitters were 0 for the weekend at one point. I think they snuck a couple in at the end a couple times, but 1 through 6, very good. Their pitching was solid. Obviously, we came back with no wins, but we got a lot out of that weekend. I think we had some young kids step up. We've realized that our pitching staff, is pretty decent. Grimm, once he settled in, was very effective. He was able to put some zeros on the board. Justin Studd, Justin Pennybacker, Ian Brady, all 4 starters, they were competitive, kept us in the ball game for the most part. And then once games get out of control, we had some things that we wanted to see. And on day 2, we threw some freshmen to the fire. And at one point, the only upperclassman we had in the infield was Caden Bloomquist. So we said, sorry, bud, but you got 3 rookies with you. But he took it and he ran with it, and he had some fun, and they did well. They proved to us that we're not afraid to use them in a game now.
Yeah, and you kind of mentioned that the young guys were a breath of fresh air that weekend, and nice to see they were able to get in and step up into some moments and handle it as best that they could.
Yeah, on day 2, on Saturday, they should have won both of those games. But there was some freshman mistakes. We had some pickoffs. We had some routine errors. Things that veterans probably don't do. But offensively, the freshmen came in, and we were looking for kids that were going to swing at first pitch fastballs and go in and attack the baseball with a plan. And that's what they showed us. So, we know that they're the future of the program. So we're going to continue to use them in ways that best serves both of us. We'll make it a plus for them and for us, and we'll move forward with our veterans and our freshmen and see how many games we can accomplish the ultimate goal here.
Yeah. Well, Coach, thanks for sharing those thoughts with us through opening weekend. Kind of want to look ahead now. Coming up next week, a 4-game series with Malone in Mason, Ohio. What can you tell us about Malone?
Malone's become a pretty good rival for us. I think it's been 3, 4, 5 years now in a row that we play them in February, and our record isn't too well against them. So we've prepped. They play West Virginia State this weekend, so as a coaching staff, we'll sit down and watch those 2 games and see where they are. I think graduation hurt them a little bit, but Coach Crank's always got a good crop of kids over there. Offensively, we know what they're going to do or what they're supposed to do against us. So we've been working all week on defending the small ball and the bunts and stealing some bases. And so we're prepping for Malone specifically, which is nice. With the indoor facility, we can set up our scout team offense to mimic Malone and defend it that way. So I think we're prepared for Malone. So we'll see. This weekend should be pretty fun. Actually, it's Wednesday, Thursday coming up. We moved those to midweek games, and then the following week we'll go back to Prasco for UPJ on the weekend.
Yeah, UPJ that first week of March. We'll travel to Cal for a non-conference 9-inning game on the 16th, and then we'll get into conference play, and it'll be here on the Hilltop the 19th and 20th. And I don't know about you, but don't want to look too far ahead for you and your guys, but looking forward to getting into conference play and getting back out here on the Hilltop and playing some baseball.
Yeah, I mean, these first 12 games of the year are prepping for Glenville. I mean, when I tell you we're prepping this week for Malone, we're ultimately prepping for Glenville. We get we get those 6 teams from the South, those first 12 games of conference play, and that's the goal. You know, if we fail in the conference play, then we don't make it to Beckley. So the ultimate goal for us is we're prepping for Glenville Concord right now, even though we're not looking past Malone or UPJ or Union, but the ultimate goal for us is conference play to get to Beckley.
Mm-hmm. Fans, I'd like to remind you these non-conference games. Sometimes live coverage can't always happen given the timing of the season, but the 4-game stretch against Malone will be live statistics coverage. I don't believe there'll be a live feed, but you can follow along on the live stats by going to hilltoppersports.com, the baseball schedule page, and the live stats links will be attached to the individual games. So, Coach Burkle, thank you for joining me today. Look forward to getting in touch with you after the Malone series next weekend or next week.
Yeah, and you're more than welcome to make the trip for the UPJ series since we're the home team.
And depending on what we have going on at home that weekend, I'd like to. If we weren't acting as host for the wrestling regional next Saturday, I definitely would have made this trip.
I'll even put you in my hotel room.
In your hotel room?
Yes, you can stay with me.
I think if we can work that deal around to where I get my own hotel room, like maybe next door to yours or something, that would work. But in your room, I don't know. Might be a deal breaker for me.
Budget restraints, bud.
Budget restraints, and that I can totally understand that, and that makes sense. So I guess I will have to shack up with you when I come on the road. So,
yep.
Everybody, thanks for joining us today, and continue to stay in tune with us, updated inside Toppers baseball each week. On your hilltoppersports.com athletic website. Thank you and have a nice day.